Look at that incomplete out. Never mind, dude. What am I saying? Look at my completion. Look at my progress. Look at how good I am at this game. I've completely given up. I've dropped the plot. I've lost it. All right. We're back with some more Doom. The Dark Ages Randomizer. Almost said Eternal. I might do a Doom Eternal randomizer. Fuck it, why not? The only thing I really haven't done in is Doom 2016. Maybe I would do it on Hurt Me Plenty or something. What's up, Baldy? Baldy's Basics. Boonk. All right.
His Eminence, the mission creed, has arrived. Security
Let me out.
Access denied.
Okay. I really hate this part of the level. You just go around pushing shit,
Access denied.
and then nothing happens. This feels like a very... I kind of, you know, this is a very interesting structure for a level, but it just, I don't like it. It's not really up there in my my favorites.
This base is under attack. Scramble the air unit. All hands to battle stations.
All hands on deck. Whatever, grab the gold, who cares? I
Hull
care.
breach. Damage on multiple levels.
Grab the
Move
lore.
the crew to the command deck.
Going up.
Portal opening above the command station. Something massive is coming through. We need air support.
And you know what else
Ensign,
is
prepare the Slayer's
massive?
Dragon.
Massive day for the unemployed. Alright. I think we'll continue the trend of using weapons that nobody gives a shit about. If I can remember where we're going. Alright. Happy landing. Alright. Dude, there we go. Dude, fucking... Good lord, dude. Great start to this episode. Really have anything to say. I don't really have any anything lined up in the way of jokes or things to talk about. Like the last few times I've okay. That should not have happened. Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say preoccupied. Shit's happening, that's for sure. That went a little too far. It's clipped into the wall now. Whatever. It might work. It might work. We'll have to see. Alright, cool. There's my extra life up there. Watch. Nothing's gonna fucking happen when I do this. Alright. Oh, what do you know? My trap worked. Kind of. All of them seem to have exploded. Alright. You guys want to see something cool? Check out my new weapon. I don't think they liked it.
Communications are jammed. We can't reach Valen or Nova. Keep trying.
Just keep shooting, just keep shooting, just keep shooting, shooting. What? Why are you using your fist? Whatever. Oh! Okay. Maybe I should be using the, Hold on. What are my damage settings at? There's no way that one shots the pinkies. Damage demons 75%. Yeah, that takes care of the pinkies. Holy shit. Okay. Maybe I just didn't know the ball knowledge. Okay. All right. Note to self: use the things. Use the needles. Maybe I should use the. I might go full needle. We'll have to see. The pins and needles load out. I just used the shredder.
They're blocking our flight decks. We need the Slayer in the air. The station won't last much longer.
Give me my gold. Alright. I think we're gonna be doing Spire of Nerethol in the next episode instead. That's probably just gonna be its own episode because it's just extremely long. Well, it might not take that long because we're not doing everything in it. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. These episodes are not taking as a dude. Taking as long as I suspect they are, especially when we're speedrunning this shit. Well, we're not speedrunning either. We're just enjoying the game without any worry. Yeah, that fucking takes care of the pinkies. Holy shit. Alright. Hopefully it's viable against whiplashes, because those are like high priorities. I saw that it's that it puts revenants in glory kill, the execution stagger. Okay, well, one shot's okay. Wow. All right, I think we're sleeping on the spikes, on the pins and needles. See, this is what happens when you experiment with shit. I wouldn't say I was sleeping on it. I feel like I kind of knew. It would be a little overpowered, so I just don't use it. I guess the only one that I use is the ground fissure, and even then, that one's pretty strong. Thank you.
Commander, the rift is getting larger.
I was stuck to the wall. Okay. Free pot shots. I did it! I hit the Slayer! Oh, I might live! Alright. Both of them. My key. The house key. And this is where the Agadon appears, I think. Well, it might just be randomized, but I don't know if Kybes hard-coded it into him. We're good. Wraithstone found. I need to put that PNG in that PNG image of the guy holding up a looking glass at someone else's phone. If I wasn't lazy enough to just not edit, just go in and just freeball making the video like I normally do. Come on, do the thing, do the thing. No, the other thing. There you go. I might have to change my keybinds because I use the scroll wheel to change shield runes in melees. I get confused as to which scroll, whether I scroll up or down for which. talk a little bit about DLC. Could we? Could we? I didn't really talk about the spear yet, other than it looks really fun. Like it's pretty self-evident for what it does. I saw on Twitter that it is able to penetrate projectiles when you throw it. That wasn't really. Well, I mean, it was shown in the trailer, but it was kind of difficult to see. That's what it was doing. Alright. That is my whiplash removal device then. Okay, about the spear. It seems like the meat hook is sort of back. Kind of. I suspect that's what the meat hook is gonna turn into. Or at the very least, like when the Slayer, like once he loses the spear or something happens to the spear, it's like, huh, you know, that grappling hook was sort of fun to use. That chain spear was sort of fun to use. I might have to incorporate that in my own arsenal. And so he sort of builds his own ceremonial super shotgun or something. And that's the Lucifer's Bane gun that we get in Eternal. I guess he carried that with him into the Kettinger Sanctum. You know, that would be too bad a level to play through in it's a Doom Eternal mod. From beyond. Somewhere beyond the sea. Oh, I can't skip? Alright, fine. Fine, we'll watch him pet the dragon.
We have to drive it back into that rift.
This is the demon. Energy readings are all wrong.
Those tentacles are ripping the station apart. Take them out.
Yeah, I guess we'll do Narrow Pool after this. So as a grappling hook, here's it can shoot the projectiles.
Barrier is down. Lower levels accessible.
What else does it look like it can do? They can block rapid fire like the Cyber Demon and the Arachnotron. I guess it's specific, like that block is specifically for that sort of projectile fire. Because that's really all we see it blocking. And then grappling hook. We already talked about grappling hook and what else?
First tentacle destroyed.
I'm still thinking. It's just kind of hard for me to do two things at once. Excuse me. Yeah, of course we're gonna have. I'm gonna have to see like how the keybinds are gonna work for the shield and. I'm a little bit worried because like I've got plenty of keys at my mouse, but like I don't want to be reaching around doing all sorts of weird shit with my thumb on my Oh, come on. Yes, sir. I'll use the extra life. There aren't any in this level, at least to my at least to my knowledge. So, like, am I gonna switch between the shield and the spear in the DLC? That's something I'm curious about. I wonder how it's gonna work. No, 'cause, I mean, the shield, using the shield isn't really that hard to keep track of. There's like, I only need 2 buttons to use it. It's just the right click and my thumb button. I guess I could just use the, I could use, I could rebind the 5 key from my on my mouse to a different button, and then just do it that way. But we'll have to see. 4 and 5 are. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. What are you? Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I guess pressing 12 on my mouse is the same as I guess 12 is bound to F12 on my mouse. I didn't know that. I've never pressed that button before. So that's what it does. Alright, that's enough fucking around. But I guess we're gonna have to wait a month from now to find out. July 7th. That's some great timing. Let's see. Why am I bothering with that guy? Who gives a shit? This would have been great to fight on. It's kind of barren, but you know, lots of places you can be landing. Dude. Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. Dude, I'm so good at this game. Alright. Where am I going? Here? Alright. I shouldn't be this lost. Am I just doing shit out of order? Alright. Guess we'll go under. Didn't I go through here? I might have. Oh no, never mind. No, dude, I pressed the W, I pressed the D key. Are you? Come on. Alright, what else is there? I'm trying to find shit to talk about, but sometimes the best thing to hear is the sound of silence. Okay. Huh. This feels like more needles. Okay. Fucking fuck that one up. Okay, okay. I'm fucked. Dude. Dude, it should not be this hard. Dude, come on. Holy Lord! It should not be this hard. I should be good at this game. But I'm not. Okay, yeah, that's great. Just block all the fucking projectiles. Mr. President, get down. Holy shit. Good Lord. I should be good at this game. Come on, I should be good at this game. God, bro. Why was that so hard? It should not have been that hard.
All Hellgates closed.
All tentacles have been cleared. Threat neutralized.
Alright. Off to the spear, off to the spire. I enjoy playing through this one. It's one of my favorite ones to play through, even if it is a bit long. I love how they use the Cyber Demon track as the motif for this section, for this level. Well, that was easy. Holy shit. Alright. Well, that's why I chose that loadout. Alright. I feel like I underestimated the needler.
The church
The needle
wants the
room.
creed and Thera safely returned.
The heavens.
and they're willing
Not
to
the
help.
heaven splitters.
According to the makers, inside this tomb is a deity.
The heavenly
It will lead
blades.
you to their
That
location.
thing.
The
I really
bishop's ministry has
underestimated
asked
that.
the Slayer alone take this mission. They trust no one else. I cannot disobey the church, but we'll be on alert.
The entire structure was built just to keep this creature in stasis. We need to wake it up. Makers have given us directions.
Targets identified. Locking coordinates.
Give me the neck snap. Good lord, come on. I want to show them snapping the neck. Oh well. Okay, Lord, let me have it.
Incursion detected.
Alright, this might be the way to go for the BFG segment, because I like doing it without the BFG. I guess just the more projectiles I have going out, the better. That's who I wanted to swing at. Good old clubbing to death. Maybe I should just record whenever I have something to talk about. The only thing I could bring up is just like half bullshitting about the spear. And of course, like there's gonna be like traversal challenges that it's gonna be involved with. So it's not just, we've only seen it in combat. We haven't really seen much of it in action regarding the rest of the environments. Get to see the progression that the level the sort of level progression that we expect from that Hugo Martin stated. We've only seen we've really only seen the combat. Kind of looking forward to what we haven't seen. Because I really do like exploration. I really do like looking around, seeing all the environmental art. I think one of my favorite environments in video games is like the slum in Dark Tide. I was like, there's no sky, like it's just a bunch of shanty houses and that's it. Alright. Market Garden. Ugh! What the fuck? No. How did I die? I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about Dark Tide. I was got my mind on a different game. I don't give a shit about the Skitari coming to Dark Tide. I guess it's just because I'm used to the Arbites, because they have they basically have a free shield, it's free defense, but or at least the loadout I'm using. The difficulty that I play on Dark Tide is pretty lackadaisical anyway. Very low risk. Imagine if they added Gene Stealers into Dark Tide. I know like it's meant to be like Left 4 Dead or something. And they already have Tyranids with the with a Space Marine and a Deathwing. And I'm doing it while he's buffed? Sure, why not? Your shield doesn't block the fire, by the way. I should get out of that habit. Okay. Mr. President, get down. Holy shit. Body blocking. Alright. I think we're going to use the ball and chain this time. I don't really use the ball and chain all that often. Are you going to give me a cyber demon or something? Yeah, you are. Most dog shit combo imaginable. I fucking knew it! Oh my god, dude! Most dog shit combo imaginable. Whatever. Just as I suspected. Just as I suspected. It'll be the Revenant again. Summon a pinky or something. What? Bro, that shouldn't fucking count. Come on, bro. Fucking hell. I take a... Bro. Isn't there gonna be an extra life somewhere in the next segment? Whatever, get the gemstone even though you don't need it for anything. I'm just doing this shit for fun. What are you looking at? What are you waiting for? I don't know. Something amazing, I guess. You too, buddy. Hey, you're that kid from the fan club, but Brody, buddy! My name is Incrediboy. Look, I've been nice. Alright, I've stood for photos, I've signed every single scrap of paper you've shoved at me, but this, oh no, you don't have to worry about training me. I know about your special fighting moves, your catchphrases, everything. I'm your #1 fan. Roar! Whatever. More excuses to Come hell or high water, I'm fighting this Vagary with the boss. Bro, I'm just losing lives left and right. Holy shit. I should not be, this should not be happening. I think it's impossible to pick a favorite song. You can pick a favorite genre, but I wouldn't say you pick a favorite song. And then,
Vital signs rising.
you know, because like music is so, there's so many different genres of music, and like they're all, and like each one of them has like 20 different subgenres as well. Actually, I should save this one for last. Let's do the secret. I forgot where the other entrance to it was. Dude, can you land? Can you land? Oh my god, dude. There you go. You can pick a favorite movie and you can pick a favorite video game. But I don't think you can pick a favorite. I don't think you can pick a favorite song. There's a Quake symbol in there. Okay, I sort of get how tiles work now. You don't really need to texture every piece of environment. You can just slap on the tile instead of texturing everything by hand. I think that would really bloat the game. Maybe something like this you'd texture, but other than that, I doubt it. I guess once you get into game design, it sort of like ruins the experience for you, because you sort of like know how it operates. Instead of it being an experience, you like see it more of like a machine rather than a piece of art. And I guess like with video games, like I think like that's like you see that more with video games than other pieces of media, because like, you know, of course there's nuance to making film or making television, and especially if it's like 3D CGI and shit, you know, you can sort of break down. It's a lot easier to break down how a video game operates, because it's like a lot of it is code, and then the rest is just art design, and they complement each other. But with film, it's just pointing a camera, like knowing how and what way to point a camera, delivery. Writing. And then I guess like, and then like, it doesn't, like even then, like you appreciate, like with music, you appreciate it more when you're able to pick apart, did I go through here already? Now, when you pick apart a song and you, like, what's the phrase? You, like, analyze each instrument. Yeah, I went through here already. You know, you sort of, like, which role, like, the instrument plays. You sort of appreciate it more. still see it as art. You still see it as like pieces, like. Nah. I could be completely wrong about it though. But I feel like that really hasn't happened to me. But like when you like experience like producing the game, you know, there's like no when you sort of like have the mind's eye into making the game. There's no I don't know how to find the word, but like it kind of spoils it because you know how it works. I feel like video games are like the only time where that happens, where like I guess like in speedrunning, I guess like the exception would be speedrunning because you kind of have to know like you have to stop thinking about it like a game in some respects. Because like in Mario 64, you have to talk about stuff like parallel universes, and that's basically like the analogy that we use for. I guess it's sort of like saying that it starts a sort of different instance. You know, like they use parallel universes to if I remember correctly, it's sort of to describe this is gonna take me a while to like really know what is meant. It's not like an actual parallel universe, but like it's sort of how basically like you move so fast that it has to load another instance of the level in order to place you into in order to like correct in order to keep up. So if Mario is moving so fast for the game to compute, it will compensate by moving the map into where to like keep Mario in the map or something. I don't think that's like the correct way to describe it. I might have to ask my friend. He doesn't speedrun, but he knows his way around Mario, especially Mario 64. Yes. But what I'm trying to say is like it's very you have to get very scientific instead of artistic to describe when it comes to speed running and code and whatnot. To game design, it's very scientific and it's like learning another language. It's mathematical as well, and I guess that sort of adds to like kind of ruining the fun. All right, this is good. Pinky is ideal for this. But, you know, like when you come to a song, it's like even I guess like even with electronic music, like how if I remember like the game dev conference with Mick Gordon about how he made the Doom 2016 soundtrack, it's still very interesting even if it is like with synths. Like it's still very impressive. It's still very impressive and enlightening to like hear how a song is made. Okay, Mr. President. Oh fuck! Don't tell me I'm gonna lose my just newly acquired extra life. Good lord, holy shit. Yeah, I'm gonna end it after this one. I guess we're gonna do the Cosmic Realm missions, including Belly of the Beast, after as well. That's how I did it in the last playthrough. Did you see that? It fucking tracked me. Good lord. Well, I mean, like all the projectiles in this game have some level of tracking to them. Oh, that's not good. Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my life. I fucking knew it. Whatever, dude. Just use the extra life. Who gives a shit? God, I fucking hate the Revenant, man. And they're gonna make him invisible! Dude! They're gonna make him invisible. They're gonna make a Spectre version, which means I can't lock on to him until he does like his projectile thing. Yeah, that's what I wanted to swing at. Well, I'm bringing up, I bring that up with, I bring up the video games and whatnot, because, oh, look who it is. If it isn't Kim and Khloe Kardashian and their cuck bowl. Whatever, make me a sandwich. Shut up, bitch! Aw, don't you just love when the shield breaks for no fucking reason? Good lord. I guess that's what I get for using a really OP shield rune. I wonder if there's any hidden stats or something. I mean, well, I guess like there's one exception. Speaking of hidden stats and whatnot, in Mario Kart, not only do the CPUs cheat because of rubber banding, but there's also a rival system between like the different characters. It's kind of difficult to see like when you're playing the game, and I think it's a lot less relevant in the newer titles. But like there's certain character dynamics between the different computers. So like if you're playing a different character, like there is rivalries that are established between like that dictate the computer aggression, and I think that's really interesting. I guess there's more exceptions than there are to like my statement than there are those that that follow it. I guess it just depends on how you feel like when making the game. So if you're like working on, let's say, Majora's Mask, which took like a year, and of course, like, you know, personal experiences like nightmares and dreams, and like the fact that like it was made around when people thought the world was gonna end. It shaped the video game, and I guess it shaped how Majora's Mask was made, and it sort of I feel like it made Majora's Mask come out for the better. Because time is always of the essence. Like even when you do the Alright, I guess we're never gonna see the next snap. Oh yeah, that's right, we're gonna go down this time. I guess hardship does sometimes make a game turn out for the better. And Majora's Mask is already like the black sheep of Majora's Mask is already the black sheep of Zelda games, because it's very weird. That's not to say it's the first game that doesn't have Zelda in it, or Zelda's like the end all be all or the objective of the game. I think A Link to the Past was I don't think Zelda was in A Link to the Past. It was like a... Wasn't it supposed to be a dream sequence? I can't really remember. Oh, look who it is. It's the blowjob brother. Fucking... Oh, there's two of them. This is getting off of hand. There are two of them. Three! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, Mario! Oh. I remember, no, I already brought that up. I already brought in one episode how like Wario saying "Oh my God" was the original voice line for when he loses in Mario Party 3. They just changed it to "Oh, I missed." I guess that might also go into like the translation of the game, because in Sunshine, like when you die or when you fail, it says miss instead of I can't remember what it was in the American translation.
It's awake. Can't free itself.
Excessive coordinates is now required.
The makers say there is a powerful weapon here that can release the creature. We're marking it on your
I guess
now.
it sort of plays into that, like the language barrier. Because like, when you die or fail in Sunshine, it says miss in the Japanese translation. Instead of losing, he says, "Oh, I missed." You know, like, what do you miss? What do you miss in a mini game? Like, I guess like when you're throwing something, your objective is to throw and to aim. You know, but there's not really much you can miss in some of the other Mario Party games or something. At least in my experience with party games, which isn't much. I think I don't really I haven't really played like the Mario. I haven't really played a lot of Mario Party. I think the most I've played is Mario Party 8, and even then, that's like a very weird Mario game. I think as far as party games go, I played Wii Party, and that was a pretty banging title. Game Board Island was pretty kick-ass. but like that wasn't. It was very small compared to the Mario Party games, because like you've got different game boards for Mario Party, and then with Wii Party, like you just get the one and like a few other game modes. I feel like a lot of people sleep on Mario Party. Not Mario Party, Wii Party. I guess it's just because the better alternative exists. But who doesn't fucking love playing as their me, you know? Oh yeah, there's gonna be another Revenant coming up here. And I have to fight it. Oh my god. And also it's because like religion isn't really you know, they don't use real world religions. Especially like, well, specifically mention real world religions, because I know Zelda's really based off of Taoism and Buddhism. God, this is the third fucking time I've had this combo, dude. Whatever, go for the Revenant. There you go. There, that wasn't so hard now, was it? I know in Zelda 2, I know in the early game guides, you do see that Link, that Legend of Zelda was supposed to be very Christian. But in its presentation, there's like 1 or 2 images. I think it was Zelda 2. But regardless, you know, like not much real world religion is outright mentioned in well, I wouldn't say mentioned, like a lot of inspiration is taken from like Asian religions. Fuck, dude, I was supposed to. Oh my god, dude, I'm good at this game, I swear. But like I was saying, fuck it, whatever, just BFG them. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I've already done this before. I played these games before. I can do the rest of that. Yeah, take that, you fuck. Shut up, bitch. I feel like Nintendo really does a good job of like not really like keeping their games a-religious, and that's not to say that like including religion as like a backdrop is a bad thing, or like excluding religion is a bad thing either. I think if you're able to, you know, that's neither here nor there for me, but there is. You can portray religions poorly, and you can exclude or criticize religion poorly in a video game, and you can also represent it pretty well. You know, there's no really universal way of doing it. There's no guideline of how to do it correctly. It's just all revolves around personal experience. I think Faith handles it correctly, because I think Erdorf is a very Christian person. I think he's Catholic. and handling Satanism and like this the satanic panic in the faith game, I think was done very, very correctly. You know, it does a good job of satirizing like how people treated like video games, or like how people said that video games were the devil, and like it's very uneducated interpretation of video games. But because they were very new at the time, and a lot of people were very skeptical and very afraid of new things. And I think that bled into video games and Pokemon. And, you know, Pokemon are already based off of Japanese yokai, which are, I wouldn't say demons. They're like impish. You know, yokai are like imps in folklore. You know, like little cryptids. You know how like Europe has dragons and elves and gnomes and shit, and America has like skinwalkers and the Wendigo. Japanese have the yokai. But like mythology definitely does I think finding like international cryptids and mythos very fascinating. There's a good way to handle that. Definitely. And like when it comes to stuff like that, like you can also think of like the extraterrestrial. I don't like how like people would say like, oh, the cryptids are actually aliens. That can ruin like how you look at it, because like there can be things from this world that can change life how you interpret life as you know it, and especially life as you don't know it. I guess like there is, you know, the fear of the unknown can also like cosmic horror and whatnot. I think that is also very important to recognize. That's not to say like aliens don't exactly ruin everything, but some things just beyond it. Did he fucking knock that imp into me? I've been noticing that in this game. How like some demons, when they charge, they just push other ones aside. What are you doing, Hell Knight? Good lord, you interrupted my my monologue about cryptids and shit. I guess like the alien, the demonic, and the cryptic, like very fascinating because they're very non-human. It's a very undomesticated portion of wildlife. And I feel like that there is a reasonable way that we should be afraid of them. It's fearful and fascinating. Dare I say beautiful and violent. Because violent things can be pretty too. I don't mean like in the mermaid sort of thing, you know, like you can look at something very destructive with some awe and admiration. Like we are capable of creating tapestries of obliteration with our own knowledge. Like what fucking Mr. Electric says in Shark Boy and Lava Girl: for every person that can invent the light bulb, there is one that can invent the atom bomb. You know. We're capable of, you know, it's not like the argument where you say like, are we, humanity is the bad guys, let's, you know, like, we are capable of horrific things,
the makers will guide you to an exit.
But everything around us can also be horrible. Just because we are horrible ourselves does not absolve us from being victims of other things that are atrocious. What am I talking about, dude? I was talking about video games and how like it kind of like your experience can be ruined because of how well you know a video game is made, and then I go into this spiel about religion in video games. Whatever. I guess we'll continue that discussion in the next episode, or I can just go ahead and do the next Cosmic Realm mission, because I guess it is relevant. Whatever. I guess we will save it for the next, that is if I remember. I'm just running around just so I can talk a little bit more. Fuck it, we'll do the next mission. But I guess to recap, you know, religion can be a very good inspiration for a setting. And I guess Nintendo, I feel like Nintendo, even with like some of their current releases, like when it comes to their world building, especially with Splatoon, which dare I say has a far more cohesive story than Zelda. Just because there's more story doesn't mean it's better.
Commander Thera, signal detected.
Alright, Zelda's been around a lot longer than Splatoon, and I guess in the 10 years that it's been, the 10 or 20 years, not 20, the 10 the 10 years that it's been around, Splatoon has certainly, there's a lot of marine biology and a lot of wordplay and a lot of religion that goes into Splatoon's world building, and I think that's very impressive. You don't really see, I don't see many examples of wordplay I think with Splatoon, Splatoon is very good at parodying. I feel like, as far as world building goes, Splatoon is a lot more, is superior to Zelda. Because it's stuck in like the medieval style. I guess really the only time period that they really explored out of was the Age of Piracy with Wind Waker. I suppose that's it. Not really much has changed. And I guess not much really needs to change. When magic exists, you don't really advance. You don't really make many technological advancements because magic already takes its place. And even then, magic is kind of a science already. You can already define magic as the mansing of natural energies through oration and gesture. I feel like I think the grandfather of science fiction said that what we don't know is defined as magic, but I guess you can define magic, and I have. It is the mansing of natural energies through oration and gesture. I'm gonna lose this life. This is probably the most poorly I've played in a long time. I guess it's just because I don't take advantage of the extra lives, and that's how I just feel about them. Oh, you thought you had a fast one on me, buddy. Get fucked. Anyways, I was saying about Splatoon, I feel like there's a lot more tongue-in-cheek and play on words put into Splatoon. And it's not just with like and you can see that visually with the weapons. Because like you can see like the real world inspiration. It's not like a super soaker that they just make. You have fan brushes, and you have like the arrow spray is an airbrush. I think one of them, I think the what's it called? I think it's called the sploosher. That's based off of like a tattoo pen. And it's not even limited to like art supplies either, like some of the dually weapons, they have toothbrushes attached to them. And like one of the newer ones, like the newer melee weapons, like that's based off of like a mini toothbrush, like that you carry around with you. And I'm glad that they managed to include like a chainsword sort of thing with like a stamper. Like anything that includes ink or liquid, they're able to take inspiration from it. I guess like the only thing that that is the exception to that is the end zap and the other one that's meant to be like the super blaster, like the rocket launcher. But I feel like Splatoon is a lot more airtight with its world building. Because like when it comes to Zelda, sure the story is important, but like you can take a look at the timeline and it already falls apart. And you can sort of look at it, look at each one. Like even with sequels, like you can sort of play a sequel to a game without really knowing knowing what happened before. Like you can definitely see you can see that with Tears of the Kingdom, but like knowing what happened before is irrelevant, but it is rewarded. It's not necessary to know like what happened before, but it rewards you for knowing what happened before. And I don't think Majora's Mask really does that. Actually, yeah, it does. Because like, if you're able to play like the if you know how to play the Song of Time, like you're able to, if you know how to like, well, I guess it teaches the Scarecrow in Majora's Mask. It teaches you when you're in the observatory, but. Like if you already know it, you are able to like be a little ahead of the curve. But Zelda sort of treats the player like well, like you're able to appreciate one of the Zelda like a Zelda game on its own without having supplemental knowledge of what came before chronologically, and I guess like as far as sequels go. Come on, do the thing. Do your spear thing. Oh, you ran right into that one. But with Splatoon, I guess it's sort of the same with Splatoon. But, well, I guess like the only exception is that is like the DLC. That's like where a lot of the story focus is, and like the lore scrolls are very supplemental, and like despite not a lot of the story being the story and world building being told, like you can see in the interviews that there is a lot of thought, even like with the most mundane of things, put into Splatoon's world building. And all the music is diegetic as well. Fuck, I told you, I knew I'd use that fucking. Okay, yeah, that's great. That's great. Oh my god. A lot of like what makes the like the experience of the game and what comes with it is diegetic. Because like the music that you hear is made from bands from the game in the world. I think that's impressive. And I would say it's an ice cold take to say that Splatoon's world building is far superior to Zelda's. Just because there's more of it, just because Zelda's is interesting, doesn't mean it's better. Well, I'd say it's. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Zelda's. Would I say it's more interesting? I'd say it's a little bit more interesting than Splatoon's because like there's a little bit of sci-fi in Splatoon. It's like no, that's not supposed to be where I went. Part 4 course. Personally, I think Splatoon's world building and lore are a lot more is superior to Zelda because it's just more cohesive over like compared to Zelda's overall mythos. And you can make Zelda's world a lot more oh my god, dude. What was that? What was I saying? Bro. This is why I need to be in my meds. I've got ADHD, man. I repeat myself, but like I never really get to the point. I just ramble. Get out of here! Even shit that doesn't make sense, like why do squids dissolve in water? Like why do the inklings dissolve in water? Like it's not even just explained as because video game. While yes, that is the case, but like the Japanese translation of Splatoon, it sort of does explain that. That's like osmosization. I think that's the word they use. Like it actually is explained in science. And there's a YouTube channel I'd recommend. I'll put it in the description called Rassicas, who exhaustively and extensively explains everything about Splatoon lore. Even like the PvE stuff like Salmon Run. There's like there is no afterthought. Like nothing is treated as an afterthought in Splatoon. Everything you see is explained by marine biology and science and wordplay, and I think that's fascinating. You see how he pushed him out of the way? And as for Zelda, like a lot of Taoism and Buddhism goes into the religious structure of the game. And like despite there being a lot of religion, well, a lot of religious significance to some of the locations, it's not like the act of religious practice is not really shown aside from like the shrines, and it does show up in game mechanics, but like you never really see religious practice expressed in Zelda. You see the churches, you see the temples, but you never really see like anybody praying. Like you never really see anybody praying to them. Even during the era where society isn't exactly dead. You don't really see society after the fact. And I guess it's sort of like with a lot of Zelda, it feels very post-apocalyptic already. Because you don't really see much of with Breath of the Wild, you could consider it post-apocalyptic. Because like, you know, it happened, like society still exists, but like it's just hanging on. And you see like places of religious significance. There's always some sort of post-apocalyptic background in the Zelda games, because like you see, like you're always exploring ruins, you're always exploring abandoned temples, you're always going, you know, like these going to these ancient places that don't ever see any use. Like it's all like you're always exploring the forgotten parts of Zelda's world. Did I forget to activate the? I did. And despite there being society that still exists, there's always exploration of the
Activate.
of forgotten environments in the world. And it sort of like puts your adventure in a vacuum instead of like you don't really see like your adventures don't really have an effect on the world. And even when Splatoon, like it is like a post-humanity world. It is a post-apocalypse society. Like a new society has replaced humanity. And you do see like the Splatoon, I think like it's technically post-apocalypse because humanity is dead, but the Inkling Society has replaced it, and it's even more fleshed out than what we see in Zelda, I guess. And there certainly is a lot to explore and a lot to discuss in Zelda, but story exists because it's supposed to facilitate the adventure. And you know what they make up for the story, it doesn't really merge into what already exists in the other Zelda games. You have to really look for it, and even then, you know, it's a stretch. Like it's not really thought out. And what does carry across the game, what does carry across the different Zelda games is the it sort of feels like member berries.
2 cosmic relics detected nearby. Collect both to proceed.
I like to. This is. I knew that would fucking happen. Okay, yeah. Not close enough to the, What the fuck? I blocked that. Come on. Whatever. I'm not gonna start over on this. Bro, shield fucking breaks for no reason. Whatever, can't be bothered. There's plenty of BFG ammo over there. I do like the Zelda games though. Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game of all time. Even if it is the Black Sheep. I can appreciate the stories that exist within the worlds, within the games themselves. But put together, I feel like it's not very cohesive or consistent. And I like Splatoons more as a whole. As a whole, I prefer Splatoons over Zeldas. But I can understand and I can appreciate the world building of the games on their own.
No longer shall we be shackled to a dying
But not together. I feel that's when it starts to mess up. There's a lot of mystery that exists, but I feel like it's just a lot of bullshit speculation. Why am I doing this? I don't need the Wraith Stones. Get out of here. with a lot of Zelda's consistency and the story, you really it feels like grasping at straws because we don't really know for sure when it comes to Zelda. But that's not to say that Splatoon has its own mysteries. There's still a lot of speculation. There is room for speculation, and there always has to be speculation when it comes to games and discussions, because not every question needs to be answered. But you know, like with Doom, with what it's doing with the DLC, we finally do have some answers. We do finally have some answers to questions that the previous games have been bringing up. But from what I see, there's still going to be a lot more questions answered, because Hugo Martin states that he doesn't want to like tread over a lot of what's been established in codex entries and the codices. He does want to answer questions, but he doesn't want to answer every question, because that would just destroy discourse. That would destroy the ability to discuss and speculate, and that would be removing a lot of what the community is based around. Get out of here. And I think like one of those things was the Wretch. And even if he was like who knows if this is the case. But even if he is like an asshole, like if he is like a hand wave explanation, like a very quick okay, like for example, the Seraphim that is mentioned in the 2016 Codex. Like he is an important figure that gives the Slayer his strength and his power and his indomitable strength. You know, we get that question answered in the Ancient Gods. Granted, a lot of people think it's a cop-out. Personally, I like Dr. Hayden being the Seraphim. I think that's fine. There still is a lot of, you know, there is some stuff that I think Doom Lore does incorrectly. There's certainly a lot of retcons and a lot of inconsistencies with the story between Eternal and 2016. Personally, what did I not like? I was going somewhere with it. I kind of dropped the ball. Shit. What was I gonna say? Good lord.
Both relics acquired. Proceed to the central lift.
I was going somewhere with the topic. It's fucking ADHD, man. Blame everything on ADHD. Oh well. You can answer some questions. It's sort of, I guess like not knowing something sort of like creates some form of excitement. And I guess like figuring something out, like it can be a bit of a cop-out. But like The wretch, I feel like the wretch is like even if he if he was like a way to wave away how he got his super suit, you know, even if there was really no intention of following up on the wretch until Revelations comes around. I feel like how he gets his suit and like some entity from hell assisting the Slayer and quite possibly the Slayer letting him live is not really something you should gloss over and to bring up and never discuss again. That's far too important of a string to. That's too much of a loose. It's too important of a loose end to not tie up. And yet, granted the Seraphim is also very important. They did tie up the loose end, but a lot of people just don't think it was handled very well. Like, the Seraphim was something you could leave up to speculation, but they answered that, and a lot of people feel like it was answered poorly. But the wretch was something that needed to be answered. I feel like it's more. I'd say like the Slayer getting his invincibility and his super strength is more important than how he got a suit. But it didn't need. It's too important to answer. It's too important of a question to answer. But how the Slayer got the Praetor suit in 2016 and the Wretch is not important enough. His role is not important enough, but he's too interesting to not talk to not answer. If you get what I mean. Not important, but too interesting. Too interesting, but needs to be like the Wretch. Not important, but too interesting to not talk about. To not have answers on. The Seraphim, very important, but interesting enough to like leave to speculation. I think that's the goal I'm bringing here. That's my thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, something can be important. You can answer some questions, but you can't answer every question, because some things like as important, like regardless of whether they're more important or not, you know, like some things are just too interesting and too important to like leave as a loose end to tie up. And personally, I like the Wretch is my favorite character, even if he has like barely any screen time. Because like, what do you mean it's a demon that the Slayer, that helped the Slayer? Like, what's his motivation? And like, my guess is that he is from Emora. And you know, I already talked about like what I think of the Wretch in the previous episodes. But for those who don't know, I speculate he's an Emoran that lost to the Dark Lord, because he saw that his leadership of Jakad was turning the place into hell, and in order to stop it, he challenges Debach, but he wasn't strong enough. But he runs away, and that's why he is the Wretch. Like he is known to hell as a coward who failed to follow up on his goals. And he's using the Slayer as a means of getting his own way. Like, you know, I cannot change hell as it is now, but I can ruin what it is. But I can ruin and bring destruction to, you know. It is better that Jakad does not exist how it can. Where'd it go? First ever Spectre? What? Pinky just disappeared? It is better for hell as it exists now to be destroyed than to keep. It is better that Jakad be destroyed entirely than to let it continue existing as hell, because there's no bringing Jakad back into its former glory. No, I guess like that's the Wretch's MO, and I guess like Devoth must also die as long as Devoth still exists, as long as he still breathes, regardless of whether he's in spirit. You know, like he still has massive influence, and in fact, like I'd say he's even more of a threat as a formless being. Than he would as physical form. And even when you do fight him, the ancient gods, like there is like he lacks his strength, he lacks his power because it's been separated from him. It became his power was separated, and it was transferred to another maker called the Father. Because like power cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred, and the Dark Void's power has been transferred into the Father, and the Father like has been made into a life sphere, and the Slayer destroyed the life sphere, and he's stuck as a formless void, and with that Urdak cannot be brought back. He brought two, and I guess you could consider Urdak to be like an extension of Hell. Because it was still created by Devoth. It was still created with intention and intent. And it was created as a means of it was created with purpose and with intention. There's something. I'm a little bit confused. See, this is where like the Doom Eternal Ancient Gods retcons sort of start confusing me. But the way I see it, Urdak is an extension of Hell because Devoth had created it with purpose. And I guess like how Urdak discovers Hell, rediscovers Hell, I should say, is like a dog returning to its vomit. It's like Urdak is meant to be Hell's cousin, I suppose. Because even then, like, it's not heaven. Because like, you know, desperation and like all things that fall under Hell's influence, Hell preys on desperation, and we see that time and time again. And we see that with the Betrayer. We see that with Dag Lorik in the Dark Ages. Fuck off, dude! Really? Come on, bro! I did not die. Come on. I should not have died to that. Oh, it was you, fucking asshole. Jeez, man. I love when my fucking shield just nothing works. Hell always preys on desperation. We see it with Urdak. We see it with and Hell originated because of desperation and exploitation. And now it's like a crabs in a bucket sort of thing. God, I want the Vile Eye to do a video in Hell and Devoth. What was I saying? Dude, I feel like ending the episode now. I feel like it's a little weird when you end it mid-level, but whatever. Whatever. We got a 4 terabyte hard drive the thing is saving on. I can upload this. I don't care if I spend 5 years uploading this video to YouTube. I guess I'll just call this the long episode. No one's gonna fucking watch this, whatever. Who gives a shit? Maybe someone will. Maybe someone will. Maybe someone finds what I'm saying interesting. And I've already discussed this with people in the Doom community anyway. But I guess like that's just my philosophy on speculation. It's just not every question needs to be answered. And it might not be for the best when something is answered. But some questions do need answers. Not every question. And it might not be for the best when something is answered, it might not be for the best. But sometimes some do need answers. But I guess that's just, I'm being redundant when I say that though. Whiplash, get the fuck out of here. I want you. Maybe I'm fucking dying because I keep focusing on what I'm talking about instead of what I'm playing. Maybe I should be like one of those commentary YouTubers who just... Okay. Just talk and shit whenever, and they just have games in the background. All you would really need to do is just put the audio over, whatever you're playing. And that's it. You just mute the game, and you just have your microphone. You just watch whatever you're playing through and just go to town. A lot of people, people make a lot of money off of doing that. Like there's one guy who does like philosophy and mental mental health and whatnot. And he doesn't even play the game. He just has the game open. And he doesn't even play it sometimes. He just has his character just standing out in the open world, and that's it. While he's just talking about mental health and whatnot. I forgot his name though. I think he has his balls in it's like that mental health wisdom. I guess I'm just dying all the time because I'm trying to force using my using my shield rune. I wonder if I should do commentary stuff. There's a lot of funny stuff I want to talk about, but like, you know, I'd probably make a bigger fool out of myself, like, talking about something I don't know half as much as I should about it. I'm not really afraid of making a fool out of myself, it's just because, like, you know, what can I'm more of an observer. Whatever. Go my heaven splitter.
Gravitic anomalies detected.
Nothing really interesting talking. There's a lot of people talking about the same shit, I guess. I guess you don't really need my 2 cents about it. I mean, granted, like, talking about the same stuff, but they all have similar or very different ways of saying it. I guess, like, some people prefer one person saying something about a topic than another person. You can prefer one person's opinion over another's. It's not to say that you would agree with it or something. You just enjoy the manner of what they have to say about something. Because you could be saying something right, but you just don't like the person or the presentation of, you know, you can be right about something, but the way it's presented, just, you know, you just don't feel like listening to it. You just miss out on what someone's opinion has to say, what someone has to say, because like you don't like the format of how it's said or how it's presented. Are you fucking kidding me? There you go. That can even be as like something as innocuous as like he sounds annoying or he has an annoying voice. For example, me. You know, you know, I could probably say some really interesting or thought-provoking things, but it's just it detracts. You know, like a funny voice would detract from it.
Inside the temple.
Yeah. See, here's the wraiths. What are they doing here, huh? Why are there so many of them dead? Oh, here's another one. Without its head? Oh, it's just buried in the ground. Yeah, I feel like that's a detail a lot of people would miss out on. This is a very important thing to see. A lot of people just don't understand. A lot of people would pass up on a detail like this. Like, this is some environmental storytelling. Like, what's the story? How did this thing die? Because like Azric mentions in this cutscene after this, that like their cousins of the cosmic realm. But you know, like you see sentinel ships, and they end up here one way or another. Like, does that mean like, you know, they wind up here by accident, or like, or whatever, like whether that's intentional exploration of the cosmic realm or whatnot. You know, you see the sentinel wreckage here, and you know, the wraiths might have gotten here in the same way the sentinels did, whether by like foolish exploration or you know, like even something as powerful as creating life on a planet. They can just wind up here and just, I guess, starve to death or die here one way or another. Don't fuck with the cosmic realm, I guess. Alright, well, I guess that's gonna be it for this episode. This is, I've played way too many levels. I've played way too much of this game. I've talked about way too much and left many discussions unfinished. I left too many discussions unfinished. I really like this secret. Oh no! Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Ow. I've brought up a lot of topics, but I never really followed through it because of my ADHD. Never really properly, Why are you all imps? What the fuck? Welcome to the Spook House. What the fuck? What hit me? Hold on, let me change my runes. There we go. Alright. Let's try again. Roar! That's not the rune I wanted to use. There you go. I can swing my sword, I can swing my sword. I mean, if I was gonna ever talk about something, I would never, you know, like current events, I would never fence it. Well, I guess I would fence it. I think like talk, you know, I'm not the right, some people just aren't the right people to be talking about certain things, is my opinion. For instance, a certain Turkish American streamer on Twitch is probably not the right person to be talking about politics. Or same goes for some moldy mold man with thinning hair talking about politics and current events.
Prepare
And some nasally retard who plays Doom talking about streamers on Twitch. Talking about Twitch streamers not being the right people to discuss politics. All right, whatever. Episode's ending. Who gives a shit? We're all here to be entertained. Here we are now. Entertain us. Koi. With person on it. Hey, I remember you. Didn't you fucking shoot me in the face with your BFG? Whatever. Yummers. Into the mouth. Oh. Nice. 40%. Fuck, man. Whatever, this episode's gone on long enough. Bye.